So if your job is to clean the outside floors, you're gonna go out there, but first, make sure you get all the supplies and the buckets from inside the classroom and then go outside. So your teacher is gonna have a spot in the classroom where you keep all your supplies. And what you're gonna do is come over and take one of each bucket. There will be one set of buckets that have supplies in there and one set that are empty. You'll grab one of each. Okay? Now, the one with supplies is just gonna have a bunch of rags that you can take out and a thing of soap. All right? So you're gonna take all that out. So now you do have two empty buckets. Now the way we remember this is we have two different buckets, and the reason why is because one contains soapy water and one contains just plain water. How do we remember? It's because the smallest bucket is the one with soapy water. Which one has soapy water? Yes, the smallest bucket. The smallest bucket has soapy water because all we need to do is dip into that. We don't need a big bucket for that. Now the bigger bucket is the one with just plain water, because that we're going to use more for rinsing. So we'll need a little bigger bucket for that. Okay? So what we're going to do is fill both buckets up with water halfway. Just fill it halfway. We don't want things overflowing and flooding the school. All right? Halfway. Now if you don't have a sink in your classroom, you can go to the bathroom for this. But in this case, I do have a sink in here. I will fill them halfway. So now both buckets are filled up halfway. Now I'm gonna add soap just to the one bucket. And of course, the smallest bucket is the one we add soap to. I'm gonna pour it for 2 seconds. How many seconds? Yes, 2. Here we go, ready? Count with me. 1, 2, and that's it. We're not gonna pour any more, just 2 seconds. All right, I'll let that sit for a second, and then we're ready to start. The first step when you're outside your classroom is actually to sweep. You wanna make sure you get all the loose stuff off the floor. You'll have a partner, and one person will have a broom and one person will have a dustpan. And you'll go and sweep, and the dustpan person will pick it up, and then you'll switch. So make sure you switch roles so each person gets a fair chance. Once you're outside, you're gonna have your rag, and you're gonna put it into the bucket of soapy water. Again here, you're gonna make sure you squeeze all of the water out as much as you can so the rag should not be dripping. Okay, now you're ready to clean the floor. So you'll make sure to ask your teacher what section is yours and where does the other class's section start. So just make sure to ask your teacher about where your boundaries are. But I'm gonna clean the same way I would do inside the classroom by taking out my rag. So now that I have my soapy rag, I'm gonna come all the way to the edge of the boundary and then I'm gonna start. So I'll be here and my next friend will be right here and so on. And we'll go basically in lanes along the hallway. We'll make sure to walk and not run. And only our feet should be touching our floor. Even our hands will be on the rag. When I'm done, I'm gonna take all my materials back to the classroom.